All right, guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the prosperity gospel and how it's a false gospel. So today I'll be in 2 Timothy 4, 3 through 4, Luke 17, 2, and Matthew 8, 20. All right, so 2 Timothy 4, 3 through 4. For the time is coming when people will not endure sound teaching, but having itching ears, they will accumulate for themselves teachers to suit their own passions, and will turn away from listening to the truth and wander off into myths. So guys, a lot of these prosperity teachers, they teach if you follow Jesus, you'll have wealth, health, and prosperity. And they only teach the good stuff. They never teach about sin or hell or that you need to repent. So people are like, oh, I want to go to that. They're teaching that if I follow Jesus, then I'll get all this good stuff. All right, Luke 17:2. This is Jesus, and he's talking to his disciples. It would be better for him if a millstone were hung around his neck and he were cast into the sea than that he should cause one of these little ones to sin. All right, and so this is what Got Questions said about this verse, what it means. Jesus is saying that it is better to die a frightening and painful death than to cause someone else to stumble. So a lot of these prosperity teachers, they lead new Christians astray. New Christians are like, they want to follow Christ, and they hear that this church is like, oh, we believe in Jesus. And so the new Christians, the new believers, baby believers, they go to this church, and they end up being led astray by these false teachers, saying, if you follow Christ, you'll have wealth, health, and prosperity. All right, Matthew 8:20. This is Jesus speaking. Foxes have holes, and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. So Jesus, guys, during his ministry, he was essentially homeless. And this prosperity gospel teaches if you follow Jesus, you'll have wealth, health, and prosperity. That's not necessarily true. You might get wealth, health, and prosperity if the Lord wants you to, but you might not. And that's why the prosperity gospel is so dangerous. So, guys, we should trust in Jesus in all things. And your main goal should not be to have riches on this earth. As Jesus says, lay up treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust can destroy and where thieves cannot break in and steal. Don't lay up your treasures on earth where moth and rust destroy and where thieves can break in and steal. Hope that helps. God bless.